Hello students, welcome to another video for class 8 maths. Today we are going to read about the chapter profit and loss, which is a part of the percentage chapter. So let us begin. Before we start with the chapter, we need to know some terms related to profit and loss. Now you already know, you have read in class 7 about percentage. Percentage means anything which is divided by 100. Whenever we are calculating percentage, we divide it by 100, and if percentage is already given and we convert it into some other form, we write it by 100 so that we can convert that given percentage into fraction. Now when we are talking about profit and loss, we have to know about the terms like cost price and selling price. Now the price is at which an article is purchased by a dealer, or if suppose you are buying something to sell it further, so the cost that you buy the thing is known as the cost price, and when you sell it to the other person, then that becomes your selling price. So if you sell it at a cost which is higher than what you had bought it for, that is a CP, then the profit is incurred by you, and that is SP minus CP. In this case the selling price will be more. Similarly, if you buy a thing at suppose 10 rupees, but you had to sell it at 8 rupees, so you had a loss. So that becomes CP minus SP will give you the loss. These are certain formulae which you are going to use as you will solve the exercise. So how can you calculate the profit percentage? It is going to be profit by the cost price into 100. It will give you the percentage of profit. We always take cost price as a basis because that is going to remain constant for us. Whenever we will sell, maybe we will make a profit or we will make a loss, so selling price will alter, but we know at what price we are buying the thing for ourselves, so that is a base for us, the cost price. And the loss percentage can be calculated by loss by CP into 100. There is another formula. If you know the percentage of profit or the percentage of loss, you can get the selling price by using the formula 1 plus P by 100. The P by 100 is because P is a percentage. So suppose 5% profit you have made, so it is 5 by 100 of the CP. And if you have a loss, then the SP can be calculated by the formula 1 minus the loss percent, so loss by 100 whole of CP. So let us try using this formula to solve our questions. So here you can see the question. It is asking us to calculate the profit or loss percent. We have to decide the loss or profit by comparing the CP and the SP, the cost price and the selling price. So here you can see the cost price was 13,600, whereas the selling price was rupees 12,104. So obviously the customer or the dealer has made a loss, so here we will be calculating the loss, that is the CP minus SP, because CP is more, which will be equal to rupees 1496. Now loss and loss percentage also we have to calculate, so that is loss by CP into 100. So loss is 1496 by the CP is 13,600 into 100. So we can reduce it and we will get 11%. Similarly, Anu bought a watch for rupees 540. So she has bought it of the watch, which is rupees 540, and sold it for rupees, so that is the selling price of the watch for Anu, that is rupees 585. So find her profit and profit percent. So this is directly, it is telling you it's a profit, as you can also see that the SP is more. So the profit is equal to 585 minus 540, which is equal to rupees 45. So the profit percent is going to be profit by CP. It's always better if you write the formula, it will help you to recall and remember it as well. So 45 by cost price is 540 into 100. So you cut short, we are left with 25 by 3, which is equal to 81 by 3%. Now let us look into more questions. Now in the next question, Rashida bought 25 dozen eggs at a rate of 9.60 per dozen. 30 eggs were broken in the transaction and she sold the remaining eggs at 1 rupee each. Find her gain or loss percentage. So here now she has bought 25 dozen eggs at rupees 9.60 per dozen. So cost price of 25 dozen eggs will be equal to rupees 9.60 into 25, which is around rupees 240. Now how many eggs are there in a dozen? You all know that a dozen has 12 eggs. So if I am buying 25 dozen, so the number of eggs will become 12 into 25, that is around 300 eggs. And as she has broken 30 eggs, she can't sell them obviously. So number of eggs remaining with her is 300 minus 30, that is 270. And this 270 she is selling at 1 rupee. So the selling price of eggs become 1 into 270 because she has 270 eggs left with her. So if you now compare the cost price and the selling price, you can very well see that she has made a profit because the SP is more than the CP. So profit is equal to 270 minus 240, that is 30 rupees. So what's the profit percent or the gain percent? It is 30 by 240 into 100. That is around 1 by 2% or 12.5%. Now let us see the next question. A vendor buys bananas at 3 for a rupee and sells at 4 for a rupee. So here the cost price of bananas is 3 for a rupee and selling price of bananas is 4 for a rupee. So 3 for a rupee. So 1 banana at rupees 1 by 3 rupees, that is the cost price, and the selling price of 1 banana is going to be simple unitary method 1 by 4. So by seeing this you can very well know that here he is having a loss as the cost price is more than the selling price. This is around 33.33 and this is around 0.25. So there is a loss. So the cost price minus the selling price, LCM is 12, 4 minus 3, that is cost loss is 1 by 12. So loss percentage is going to be loss divided by the CP into 100, that is we can just invert it, and around 25% loss the vendor is suffering. So here as it is given 3 for a rupees, you have to find for 1, and based on that 1 banana or 1 article, 1 object, you have to calculate the selling price, loss price and check whether it is a profit or a loss. Now Salman bought 40 chairs at rupees 175 each. He sold 1/4 of them at a loss of 8%. At what price each must he sell the remaining chair so as to gain 10% on the whole transaction? So let us see what is the CP. CP of 1 chair is given as rupees 175. So he has bought 40 chairs. So the CP of 40 chairs is going to be 175 into 40, that is rupees 7,000. Now CP of 1/4 of the chair. So now 1/4 of the chair he has sold. So total is 40 chairs. So 1/4 of the chair means it is 10 chairs. He has sold at a loss of 8%. So cost of 10 chairs is going to be 10 into 175, that is rupees 1750. Now how many chairs are remaining? The remaining chairs are, because 10 chairs are sold at a loss, now remaining chairs are minus 10 because 10 he has sold and 40 chairs were there. So what is the CP of the next 30 chairs? according to what we know, that he has sold already at a loss. So 7,000 was the cost he had paid, and out of that, with loss, he has sold the 10 shares at 1750, and the total remaining amount is 5,250 with him. So the selling price of 10 shares is, according to the formula that I told you, 1 minus 8% by 100, because it is a loss of the CP, that is 15. The selling price should have been 1610, but now he wants to have a gain of 10%. So what we can do, for the gain of 10%, selling price should be 1 plus 10 by 100. This is the formula I had shown you, of 7,000, which is equal to 110 into 7,000, 7,700. Now out of that, already we can say that there is a loss of 1,610 rupees. That is, left amount is 1,690. Now I should get the remaining 30 shares at what cost? The selling price should be this divided by 30. That is around 203 rupees. I should sell the remaining shares at 203 rupees. So just check it again. We are calculating cost price of 40 shares. 1/4 is already sold. Remaining shares are 30. So according to the price, cost price now is 52.50. Now based on the selling price of the 10 shares, the cost price 1750 is. So if he had sold the 10 shares at 1750, he had this much money left with him. Now selling price of 10 shares is accordingly based on this CP, that is 1750 we calculated. He has sold it at 1610 rupees. So he wants to make a gain on the remaining amount. So that is, the selling price should have been 7700, and already 1610 is lost. So 6090 rupees he has to make up so that he can get a gain of 10%. So that's why we are dividing this amount by 30, because that many shares are left. So cost of each share comes to around 203 rupees. By selling a tie at rupees 252, a shopkeeper gains 5%. At what price should he sell the tie to gain 35%? So the selling price is given to us is rupees 252, and he has already made a gain of 5%. So what is the CP? You know the formula, SP equal to 1 plus profit 100 of CP. We can just use this formula to get the CP here. That is 1 plus 5 by 100 of CP, which we don't know and we want to calculate. This is 105 by 100 into CP. So CP is equal to 252 into 100 by 105, which we can cancel, and we can get around rupees 240. The CP is 240. Now he wants to sell at a gain of 35%. So if gain is 35%, if he wants a gain of 35%, the formula SP equal to 1 plus 35 by 100 of CP, that is 240. That is rupees 324. So the selling price of this tie should be 324, so that the shopkeeper can gain a profit of 35%. I'm very sure now you have understood the basic concept of profit and loss, how percentage is being used in calculating profit and loss, and in day-to-day life also we can apply many examples where you buy things, you sell things, and you make a profit or a loss. So if you have liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you for watching.